Over the years, there have been 19 starter Pokemon in total, with the upcoming Pokemon Sun and Moon likely to add 3 more to the mix. While we wait to see what the new generation of starter Pokemon look like, we thought it would be fun to look back on the top 10 starter Pokemon of all time. Number 10. Torchic, from Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Torchic, the chick Pokemon, is considered by many to be one of the cutest starters players can choose in the whole series. The Pokemon has a flame sac inside of its belly, which allows it to give trainers warm hugs, according to the Pokédex. Number 9. Froakie, from Pokemon X and Y. Arguably the most popular Pokemon X and Y starter Pokemon, Froakie is a water type that eventually evolves into Greninja. The popularity of Froakie, and by extension Greninja, resulted in the latter being added to the roster of playable Pokemon in the Super Smash Bros. Series. Froakie is also notable for being the only starter to eventually evolve into a Dark-type Pokemon. Number 8. Cyndaquil, from Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal. Like Torchic, Cyndaquil is a fire type that has built a reputation on its cuteness. Its appearance is a composite of various rodents, and its eyes are often closed because of how young it is. Cyndaquil evolves into the intimidating Typhlosion and is unique in that it is the only fire-type starter that remains a pure fire type throughout its entire evolutionary line. Number 7. Totodile, Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal. Totodile is not only cute, but powerful as well, with a jaw strong enough to cut down trees. As the water-type starter in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, Totodile is super effective against the previously mentioned Cyndaquil and also poses significance in the Pokemon anime series as it appears in the very first episode of the Johto Journeys arc in the show. Number 6. Mudkip, Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Even those that are somehow unfamiliar with the successful Pokemon franchise may be aware of Mudkip. The Hoenn region's water-type Pokemon, Mudkip was the subject of the old internet meme that poses the question, "So I heard you like Mudkips?" Mudkip has proven to be one of the more popular starter Pokemon to date, and even won a Nintendo of Europe fan poll to determine the fan-favorite starter. Number 5. Piplup, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. The only starter from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum on this list, Piplup is the Sinnoh region's water-type Pokemon. Piplup is plenty cute in its original form, but don't let it fool you. Piplup evolves into the powerful Steel/Water-type Pokemon Empoleon, making it a force to be reckoned with in battles. Number 4. Bulbasaur, Pokemon Red and Blue. The very first Pokemon to be listed in the Pokédex, Bulbasaur has been prominently featured in Pokemon merchandising. From plushies to t-shirts to having appearances in the Pokemon anime series, Bulbasaur should be easily recognizable even to those not familiar with the franchise. In terms of gameplay mechanics, choosing Bulbasaur as one starting Pokemon in Red and Blue is akin to picking Easy Mode in other games. This is because Bulbasaur is a Grass-type Pokemon, making it super effective against Brock's Rock-type Pokemon as well as Misty's Water-type Pokemon. Number 3. Squirtle, Pokemon Red and Blue. A water-type Pokemon that, like Bulbasaur, has proven to be one of the most popular pocket monsters created to date, Squirtle has appeared in many of the Pokemon spin-off games and was even playable in Super Smash Bros. Brawl as part of the Pokemon Trainer characters roster of Pokemon. Number 2. Charmander, Pokemon Red and Blue. Charmander's heartbreaking introduction in the Pokemon anime series probably played a role into its popularity, as did the fact that it evolves into Charizard, which is one of the most recognizable Pokemon of them all. Charizard's importance in the world of Pokemon has been acknowledged by Game Freak and Nintendo by making it a playable character in the latest entry of Super Smash Bros. Series, and by giving Charizard 2 Mega Evolutions, whereas most other Pokemon only have 1. Number 1. Pikachu, Pokemon Yellow. When it comes to the most iconic starter Pokemon of all time, no one beats Pikachu. Used as the face of the Pokemon franchise since its inception, Pikachu was selected to be the companion of Ash Ketchum in the anime, which propelled the creature to heights that will likely never be reached by any other Pokemon. Pikachu is unique for a few reasons. For one, it's the only starter Pokemon on the list that is forced on the player in its game, Pokemon Yellow. Second, Pikachu refuses to stay inside a Pokeball and instead follows players around the Kanto region during their adventure. Pikachu's electric personality helps make the Pokemon Yellow experience extra special, and the creature's likability played a large part in the massive success the franchise has enjoyed since it was created in the 1990s. We know that Pokemon Sun and Moon will introduce new Pokemon to the franchise, and it's safe to assume that at least 3 of them will be starters. It will be interesting to see if they will yet again be Grass, Fire, and Water-type Pokemon, or if Pokemon Sun and Moon will mix things up a little bit. What are you hoping for from Pokemon Sun and Moon? Let us know in the comments. Be sure to click the subscribe button and check back for new original Game Rant video content every week. Thanks for watching!